No, because I get too scared and then I have nightmares.
Yeah, I do actually enjoy horror films because I like to be on the edge of my seat, frightened and like not knowing what's going to actually happen.
I'd say I do because some of them can be get the adrenaline going.
I would say yes, I do enjoy watching horror films because I like a film that always makes me feel on the edge of my seat, and horror films do that best.
Yeah, because they're interesting, pretty cool to watch at night. They scare you and stuff, so that's cool.
I do enjoy watching horror films. They give you a buzz and adrenaline rush that you can't get with any other films. They're just enjoyable to watch most of the time.
Yeah, I enjoy watching horror films because I guess I just like the adrenaline you get with them, like such as jumping, just getting scared really.
I don't like horror films. Reason being is I think they have a deeper meaning than you actually think, like a demonic feeling, which I like to stay away from. Well, from my first answer, I think that answers my second question. No, I don't look for a horror film at all.
Jumping, I guess, like things that jump out at you, and true stories as well. True stories are scary.
If it wasn't that scary and all the music builds up and then nothing happens, I hate that.
Something different because everything's actually been done right now. So, like Paranormal Activity, we've done it too many times, and each one is basically exactly the same. It's the same sort of plot. So I don't really like them as much as something like. Well, my favourite one is probably like spoofs. I find them really funny. I love to laugh, but also be scared as well. So,
Just more of the jump scare stuff. It's better to watch.
Like suspense, I like when a film builds up slowly and then sort of like bang and then everything goes wrong, that kind of thing.
Yeah, suspense, creepy stuff, like particularly things where you don't really know what's going on.
It's got to be jump scares because a lot of the other things have just been overused and get a bit dull sometimes. So if you're not expecting it, it's better. Yeah, I want to feel like you're not going to know what's going to happen next. I want to be able to feel that it's going to make me jump, not, oh wait, I've seen that before.
Jumping out my seat, not being able to watch the screen, that kind of thing.
Yes, because it's better when they're more frightening. You know, they sort of again, like I said earlier, get the adrenaline going, so it's more fun to watch.
yeah, I want to be like on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Not particularly.
Jumping, when someone jumps out at you, and just getting scared really. I just think that makes just creep up.
I suppose if I liked horror films, I'd want to feel scared, slightly frightened. But that's about it. But no, I'm not. I'd want to feel that way. I suppose I find the scariest, possibly romantic ones, bad, and paranormal. Both of the ones you just mentioned, they're both bad. I have seen some before, and I've decided that I want to stay away from them.
Paranormal.
Demon.
Okay. Any reason why?
Because you see loads of romance films and the other one you mentioned, like, I can't remember what you mentioned.
Paranormal.
That one, yeah, it's been done loads now.
Okay.
Overused.
Well, like I said, I quite like spoofs,
Okay.
but like any horror film that keeps me on the edge of my seat and basically makes me jump, I like.
I'd say paranormal sort of stuff because again, it's more of the jumpy scare.
Possession.
Oh,
That's one. Yeah, possession films, they're interesting.
Definitely paranormal.
Definitely comedy horror.
Okay. Any reasons why?
It's just if you're scared and then you have a laugh about it at the end, it's good. I would probably say abandoned places, things, old buildings,
Yeah.
like old farm buildings or churches and things like that.
Abandoned places, a bit like Chernobyl.
Abandoned areas, not so much abandoned houses, but like theme parks, like old, like industrial estates, that kind of thing.
Abandoned house, because you sort of don't know what's coming up. Whereas if it's set in the sort of real world, you can tell it's not really real.
Probably anything that is somewhere where I've been before. Like, let's say, like if it's in a country that I've been before, I kind of like when I
Relate
go there, and yeah, anything that I can relate to.
So like
House.
abandoned house.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Why? Any reason?
Well, because we can all relate to a house. So if it's scary, then you might think your house is scary. Just adds to the intensity.
Houses, clowns, and stuff like that.
I suppose like a natural setting, so ones that are day-to-day life, whether it's in schools, whether it's in the house, just day-to-day life, nothing too extreme like in a desert, because that's not where I associate with. Yes.
Yeah, because it's just more interesting to watch.
Yeah, because it's just real. It's just scarier.
Definitely, it just makes me think. Well,
Yes, because it sort of makes it more realistic instead of it being the usual jumpy scare ghost sort of stuff.
No, not anymore, because you see at the beginning of like loads of horror films like based on a real life event, and it's sort of just it's become more cliche than actual real life.
Yes. Makes it realistic.
Makes no difference to me at all.
Okay.
My favourite horror film is probably one of the Scary Movies,
Okay.
and worst, definitely Paranormal Activity.
The Chernobyl Diaries, worst. Paranormal Activity.
Best horror film probably The Woman in Black, and worst probably Paranormal Activity.
My best film is probably Insidious. My worst is Paranormal Activity.
like I said, I don't really like Paranormal Activity because every single one is exactly the same, and it never makes me jump.
Yeah.
But favourite Blair Witch Project?
Best is Sinister because it's the scariest, and the worst is Paranormal Activity because it's not scary.
Best one's probably House in the Woods. That was just freaky. The worst one's probably The Shining. Because when I was a kid, I thought it'd be hilarious to watch it, and I got scared the hell out.
Remember when I was younger, we watched The Exorcist. That was quite intense, quite scary, but that was a laugh back then. And then as I've got older, they've taken a little bit more serious tone, because I take the actual film a little bit more seriously. Paranormal Activity is not great. God.
Friends, because with your family, it's just weird.
Okay,
My
that's fine.
girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm a dog by the side because it makes me feel safe.
A couple of friends.
Okay.
It's my best friend.
Dog.
Just my friends.